everyone, welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name's Elise and today I'd like to talk to you about what I like to bring when I travel in long haul flights on my carry-on. So the first thing that I like to bring is a big tote bag. I'm not a fan of using a backpack on flights. I don't like having to go all the way through it to the bottom to find what I'm looking for, and I pack a lot of tiny things. So these things are perfect for me. I can open it up. Something important that I do like to have is a zip. So this inside bag here, which is useful for traveling because you can take it out during the day and just use the tiny bag. It has a zip on it. So when you've got it under your seat during a flight, you don't want it tipping everywhere and all your stuff going all over the plane. So I highly recommend a tote bag with a zip. Now moving along, the next thing that I'd bring, and probably the most important thing that you should pack on your flight, is your travel wallet with your passport in it. So inside here I have my passport, I have my flights printed off, my hotels, my travel insurance certificate, and that's just really good in case if you do use it on your phone and your phone dies, at least you have a copy of it with you. It's also important if you're going through customs and you need to supply the address of where you're staying or the phone number, you have that straight away. You don't have to go on your phone, which sometimes isn't allowed when you're going through customs. So just something to keep in mind. The thing that I also take with me, I always take a pen. I hate waiting in line to wait for a pen, and it's just really useful during the flight if you have some notes that you want to jot down or anything you need to remember. It's just really handy to have one of those. The next thing that I recommend is trying to keep warm on a flight. I absolutely freeze. Every time I go to Los Angeles, I have to go via Sydney or Brisbane, and they don't always provide blankets to you. So I always like to bring a rolled up blanket on the flight, and I don't know, I've never really liked the blankets they give you either because they're a bit scratchy sometimes and you don't know how hygienic they are even though they wash them. I like to have something I can cuddle that's mine, that smells like home, and it just keeps me really nice and warm on my flight. The next thing that I bring to keep warm is my hoodie. I always wear this. I put it in my carry-on suitcase or over my arm. And the good thing about it is I like that it has a zip, so if you get too hot you can just unzip it, and it's also got a hood on it, so if you want to ignore anyone on the flight or you don't want them to talk to you, you can always put your hood up, and it just helps you get to sleep as well when you're all snuggled up. So this is definitely something that I recommend. I also recommend bringing a jacket for getting off the flight. So hoodies aren't very presentable if you're going to a meeting or if you're seeing a friend as soon as you get off a flight. I always take my black leather jacket with me. So this I can just quickly dress up an outfit. On the plane in general, I like to wear fitness leggings, black ones. Black is just so much easier when you're traveling, and just a singlet top, and then you're ready to go. I do recommend bringing a spare pair of underwear and a spare top on a long haul flight. It's just really good to freshen up in between your destinations. The next thing that I bring to keep warm is a pair of socks. So when I go through customs at an airport, I always wear slip-on shoes that can easily slip on, slip off. You don't have to worry about untying them. You're not that annoying person in line that's standing there trying to take their shoes off or put them back on. So these I highly recommend, and obviously you couldn't wear socks with those, so that's why I always bring a spare pair of socks with me. The next thing that I bring is, if you don't want to wear socks, these things are great. They look dorky, but they've got, you know, a bottom lining on them, so you can walk up and down the plane in them or go into the bathroom, and then when you get to your destination you can just throw them in the wash all ready for the flight home. The next thing I bring, as I mentioned, I do travel with spare clothing, so you don't want your dirty underwear and everything mixing with your clean stuff in your carry-on. So I bring a Ziploc bag with me, and then I can just put everything dirty in there and not have to think about it going through my stuff. The liquids that I bring with me, I bring in a little bag. I got this from Chemist Warehouse, I believe, in Australia, and it comes with 4 little travel size bottles. And so I put two or three in my normal luggage, and then what I put in this one is a moisturizer. This one was pretty useful because I could put a little sticker on it. It came with stickers, so that was pretty cool. Moisturizer just helps keep my skin hydrated during the flight. You're pretty much prone to dehydration, so this just helps keep your skin nice and fresh. I also bring with me a hand sanitizer, so when you're just about to eat or if you're going to the bathroom, I always sanitize my hands. I'm pretty OCD like that. I also bring eye drops, so if you're getting off the plane and you like to freshen up, or if you've got irritated eyes from the flight, the aircon can be pretty bad at times. You can just put a few drops of these and you're all sorted. Lip balm is another great one. I get cracked lips as it is, so always bring with you a lip balm. I also have a hand cream, so hands, they get really dry on flights. Enough said, take a hand cream. Here's a little mirror, so I do take my makeup with me usually on flights, but in my suitcase, so today I'm just doing my direct carry-on. So this is always useful when you get off the plane, you're like, oh, what do I look like? Or if you need to put foundation on when you're landing, this is great. Now this is my all-time recommendation. This is probably the most important thing that I bring on the flight. It's a Fess nasal spray and it's called Frequent Flyer. So it's got a beautiful eucalyptus scent and you pretty much spray it up your nose prior to flying. And I like to give a few spritz in the air around me. Don't piss off the person next to you. Just if you're in a seat by yourself, spray this around you. The reason being all that air that's coming down on you in an airplane is recycled. So you are literally breathing in everyone's air again and again and again during a long haul flight, which is quite disgusting. It didn't used to be that way, but they're cost saving these days. I highly recommend this. Since I've used this, I have not got sick on a flight and it's really helped me. Okay, so that's all the liquids I take, with the exception of I also bring a roll-on deodorant, a lot easier than a spray, which you can't get through security. So always bring your roll-on. You can refresh during the flight, you can refresh when you go to the bathroom. Just keep fresh, okay peeps? The other thing, if you do travel with makeup or you like to wear makeup before you go on a plane, or even if you just like your face to feel fresh during a flight, I highly recommend face wipes. It's just something that I bring with me. Another thing that I bring, which is a bit more medicinal, is melatonin. So this stuff is great if you're trying to get on to sleep during a flight, or especially if you're landing at night or during the day and you stay awake during the day when you land. Take a couple of these at night. I believe you put them under your tongue, and it's just a natural herbal remedy, so it's not a sleeping tablet, but what it does is it helps your brain get accustomed to the different time zones. So I find this stuff works a charm for me. I highly recommend it. I also bring with me woman items, so you never know what's going to happen or if you can help someone next to you, so I bring tampons, I bring pads, and also panty liners are great because they just keep you fresh throughout the flight. You can just keep changing them. So these are the panty liners that I bring. They're just a really good one. I do find on flights sometimes I get a bit of a scratchy throat, or you get off the flight and you think you're getting sick, but it's actually just kind of a temporary thing, probably from the airflow. So I always bring throat lozenges with me, and I find this really helps me not get sick after my flight. Something else I bring is tissues. If you've got like a runny nose during the flight if you get agitated by air conditioning, I like to bring these, and just so I don't have to get up from my seat, go into the bathroom. Yeah, it's always handy. I also bring with me a toothbrush and toothpaste. So when I'm landing or during the flight after my meals, I like to feel really nice and fresh. So I always bring toothpaste. It just makes you feel so much better. If you are trying to sleep on a plane, I always recommend bringing an eye mask. I had a really cute one, but the elastic stretch, so this is just a generic one, quite boring. But my other one was a panda, so it was pretty cute. And earplugs, obviously, if you have problems sleeping with noise. The eye mask is great because there's always that one person next to you that decides to put a light on, and you're just staring at them like, why the hell are you putting that light on, or why are you opening your shutter next to the window? And this just prevents you from having to ask them to turn it off. So, problem solving. Other thing that I bring is a brush. My hair always gets knotted on flights. I usually just tie it up, so that's why I have with me here hair ties and also a little thing of bobby pins. So this just helps you know, if you've got any annoying pieces of hair that you want to pin back, problem solved, you've got your bobby pins and your hair ties. I also have problems with eating on flights. So I'm gluten-free and usually can request a gluten-free meal, but sometimes they mess it up. So depending what airline you're flying, it can be quite frustrating to be advised by the staff that your meal hasn't gone through and you're going to be eating fruit for the whole flight. So I usually like to take a protein shake with me with just the powder in it, so I can add water to it when I get on the flight, because you can't take water through security. Protein bars though, also a great solution. If you're vegetarian or vegan, I know you can't take these, but you don't want your meal being stuffed up and eating fruit, so try and pack something to eat at least. I also take with me, obviously, my iPhone and a spare pair of earphones. Headphones are also great. I just don't personally use them. I like my headphones, but the earphones that they give you on the flights are horrendous. I can't hear noise. I don't know if I'm the only one. It's really fuzzy, so I always bring my spare pair of earphones. Headphones are great because obviously noise cancellation if you need a bit of that, or it was also a good way to tell the person, I don't want to talk to you and I just want to do my own thing on the flight. I also bring a bag with all my cables, so I have my adapter, so my international adapter. I bring my iPhone cable and charger, and also obviously I bring camera, charger, and also my laptop. So that's just my bag of cables there. I also bring, obviously I'm vlogging, so I bring my camera and my little, it's a Gorilla Pod, I'm not quite sure, but you know, yeah. And also I bring my MacBook Pro, so for entertainment purposes, if I get bored, I've seen most of the movies that are on long haul flights and a lot of the TV shows, so I just like pack this up with TV shows I want to watch or movies, or if I want to do work or edit some photos on the flight, please bring this guy with me. And lastly, I bring a water bottle. So those little cups that they give you on the flight are pretty useless. So bring a nice sized water bottle. The ones with the clip are great. You can clip them on the back of the seat in front of you, but just helps you keep hydrated during the flight. They usually have a place you can go to fill up your water, so that's just really handy. And lastly, I bring a little wallet. So this has, you know, my ID, my bank card, my frequent flyer card, just anything that you may need. So thanks for watching my video today, guys. I hope that you liked it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time.